wherever or whenever possible. So modularity as in we should be highlighting the block of codes using comments. So whenever we are testing our interface, there should always be some test value set as default, so that it would be far easier for other developers or other support executives to understand. Hello everyone, welcome back to part 5 of Appian tutorial series. So in this video we will talk about the best practices we should be following while creating a user interface, and also I will be sharing some tips and tricks, so stay tuned for that. So without wasting further more time, let's get right into the video. So whenever you create an interface, your interface name should follow Pascal casing. Okay, there should be a meaningful name given to your interface and it should follow the naming convention standards. Okay, so after your interface is created, you have to create some rule inputs, right? So for rule inputs we follow camel casing. Okay, your rule input should follow camel casing naming convention. Okay, and we should use proper descriptions in the rule inputs for stating their purpose. Okay, let me create a rule input for you guys. We have to follow camel casing. Okay, and let's name it as employee record. Okay, employee record, and there should be a proper description. We can give the description as points to employee CDT. Okay, for storing employee details, and type. All right, now let's talk about the lines of code. The code should not exceed more than 900. Okay, and if it is exceeding more than 900, you should think about creating a child interface for that. If your code exceeds more than 900 lines, in turn it affects the performance of that interface, and it also slows down the interface. Okay, so you should think about creating a child interface in that case. Also, we should be using modularity wherever or whenever possible. So modularity as in we should be highlighting the block of codes using comments. Let's say let me do drag and drop here. I will take columns and then two text field, yeah. So my bad, yeah, here in code we will be stating the purpose of these two text field. Okay, and we can comment that out. This text field is for, let me do that, this text field is for employee. Let's say I can just select it and comment it. Okay, and this is for student. Okay, student highlighted. So we should be highlighting the block of codes so that it would be easier for other developers to understand. Let's say we have a we have a bulky interface. Okay, and we are calling multiple child interfaces in our parent interface. Okay, so in that case it becomes very easy to understand each block of code. What is the purpose of this child interface? What is the purpose of that child interface? Okay, and also to improve the performance of an interface, we shouldn't be querying we shouldn't be querying the database over and over again. Okay, so use a local variable and try to query your database in an expression rule. Okay, and then call that expression rule in your interface. We should avoid querying the same table or same view over and over again. Cool. Next is, if we have button labels or like save, submit, cancel, we should think of creating a constant for that, so that going forward, if we want to change a label, then it will not create a new version of the entire interface. Okay, we can just update that constant. We don't have to update the label of that button in multiple interfaces. Okay, we can just update it constant and it will get updated wherever it is being called. And we should be using validation groups for buttons. If you want to know more about validation group, do watch part 4 of Appian interview question series. We should not blindly use validate as true as well. You should know proper use of validate parameter in button field. Okay, so you should know when do we use it, what is the purpose of using it. Whenever we are testing our interface, there should always be some test value set as default, so that it would be far easier for other developers or other support executives to understand the interface. Okay, and yes, let me create a rule input for that. Employee name and type should be text. Okay, now if when I test my interface, I will provide some value and I will click on this set as default and test, so that it would be set as default. Okay, employee name, employee. Cool. I'll just click here and it will be saved. It has been saved. Okay, if you want to change the value, you can just click here and change the value. This value, if you change it from here, this will not be saved. If you have to change it, then go here and maybe record. Okay, set the name and then hit this button, set as default and test. This value now will be saved as its default value. Okay, and if you are calling something over and over again, let's say in multiple places, you should think of creating a local variable for that. Okay, let's say I need logged in user in multiple places. Okay, so what I'll do for that, I will create a local variable, local variables. Okay, we'll name it as local logged in user and call that function over here, logged in user. Call this local variable. Now I can call this local variable wherever I want. Okay, I don't want to call this function over and over again and degrade the performance of my interface. And yes, you should give meaningful name to your local variables, to your rule inputs, to the interface. Okay, and yes, I think that's all I have for today. If you want more such videos, please like my video, share it as much as you can, and yes, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, cheers, bye bye.